If you can hear me though, somebody let me know. We are a bit early, so it is National Preparedness Month. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. And as you know, it's been a busy year. We've had lots of natural disasters. We've had whatever happened in Maui. We've had tornadoes, hurricanes. We've had a hurricane out in California. There's been so many wildfires as of late. It's just gotten to a point where it's kind of ridiculous. So we went ahead and we posted. I'm attempting to do a lot of this stuff on Wednesdays, just kind of throughout the day on Wednesday. Wednesday is really kind of a down day for us, except for this Wednesday, and I'll tell you about that fun stuff later. Start making a plan. If I can encourage you to do anything at all, anything, just get like a water filter, like a legit water filter, bottled water. I'm not a huge fan of plastic water sitting in plastic bottles. If you can do that, make sure they stay out of the sun. The sun will actually break that plastic down. They're starting to see guys like me who went to Iraq, and all of our water was stored pretty much in the sun. Lots of people are developing problems from that. They think the plastics are a major problem with hormone disruptors. Anyway, so I got a question today about a life straw. If you're not familiar with what a life straw is, I should have one. I don't like them, that's why I don't have one. Typically I have in my go bag, and I probably should have dug that out, but that's kind of the way today is going. A Sawyer filter, and I like the Sawyer filters for two reasons. You can put them on the inside of a sports bottle or inline. Not every sports bottle, but like a lot of them have the receptor, so you can just kind of shove it in there, or you can cut it. You can cut your make sure the flow goes, otherwise you're going to turn blue in the face. So here's my problem with the life straw. I would consider the life straw a last ditch effort. The life straw is really good. The problem is it's only good for one person, and it can only, you're limited to how much you can suck and drink out of that. The nice thing is it's portable, it's reusable, so it has its place. The problem is if you're having to move from one location to the next, you should really be able to take some water with you. This is part of the reason I like the Sawyer filters, and when we've talked about redundancy in the past, and I'll probably follow this up with like a blog post. Just like the fire redundancy, you should have water purification redundancy, especially if you're going to be on the move. In the military, we always carried our water purification tablets. I began carrying a Sawyer filter because it was small, it worked well, I could roll it up. Understand, I never had to use that in the Army. It's just the way it worked out. Water is provided in most training events. When we were in Afghanistan, there was plenty of bottled water to have, but I kept it with me at all times, just in case. I kept my water purification tablets, I kept fire with me. I made sure I always had my canteen cup, because push comes to shove, you can always boil water and purify it that way. The thing I really like about that Sawyer hydration is the fact that I can just cut it into my hydration tube and stuff it in there. That means I can take the water bladder out, I can dunk it into whatever whatever water source that we found, and then use it that way. It's beneficial if you know you're in a spot where you found some water and you're gonna travel. Like, hey, I've gotta travel. So if you're like me and you're walking around with typically a minimum 100-ounce water bladder, that's a 3 liter. I usually carry 2. One's a 3 liter, the other one's typically a 3 liter or whatever's close. For some reason, a couple of them have started going to 2.5 liters. I don't really care. But the other thing I carry is, I don't carry a canteen cup anymore. I carry a metal bottle, single walled, in case I have to boil water. I found a couple really cool videos that I think I'm going to start sharing with y'all, but this idea for, National Preparedness Month, I'm much more concerned with you just taking some action. I ask really simple questions to people, and it's not to play Stump the Chump with them. If you've never played Stump the Chump, then wow, some of y'all are popping in, no audio. Can you guys hear me now? God, I hope you can hear me now. Still silent. Good now. Thanks, Refuge. Do a lot of stuff, but I don't do it to play Stump the Chump. I'm not sure why this feed isn't cycling. It used to cycle. It doesn't cycle anymore. Rally points. Sounds stupid. It's easy. Like, what happens if everybody's at work and a disaster strikes while everybody's at work and I'm in San Antonio, so I've got family on the east side, I got family on the west side, I got family in central side of San Antonio. Do you have a rally point? Like, if you know, like, hey, we need to evacuate, where are you going to go? Do you have a rally point so you can link up? Very Independent talks about, and I heard his voice this morning when I got in the car and realized, like, I'm below half a tank. That's bad. And just the way the day shook out with construction in San Antonio, yeah, it got bad. Probably gonna be a short one tonight, y'all. 'Cause it says really recommend you have something as simple as a rally point. And I would tell you to put that rally point a little off the beaten path. Because, like, my family, we had to evacuate Katrina. And when we got on the highway, not Katrina, it wasn't Katrina. Hurricane. Dolly is another one that came right after Dolly. So the first one came, wasn't so bad. The second one, it was bad. We needed to evacuate. Wife was very pregnant with baby number 3. So we ended up driving to San Antonio. At that time in my life, I didn't really need a rally point. I had positive control over everybody. Very, very good. That positive control allowed for us to manage the family. Now, here we are. I got a daughter that lives on the far west side of San Antonio. I've got family members here, and I've got family members central San Antonio. And on any given day, we're between. And if I'm doing a show on a weekend, then we're even more spread out. So what I would recommend, off the beaten path, here's why. We noticed that traffic was so bad leaving Houston that if somebody broke down or they had a problem, there was no way to rescue them. If they needed to link up with somebody, they'd have to get off the highway, which I recommend anyway. But then oftentimes they couldn't get back on the highway. So, rally point. You want to pick a rally point that is far enough away from the city that you can get away from the fleeing wave of people, or pick an unexpected direction. Like if you know people are fleeing Houston on I-10 east or west, maybe you want to go on 37 north, right? Think outside the box. Or maybe you want to do another state highway like 290 that gets you out of there, but kind of keeps you off the beaten path, where you're not fighting everybody. Since it's national preparedness, this is a good thing for you to do. Say you're out at the movies and there's an incident. We live in a dangerous time and place. It's good to know, hey, where are the emergency exits? Because if the shooter's inside, you want to get outside. And most people are creatures of habit, and you typically want to retrace your steps, especially when you're in the dark. Now, every movie theater in the world has its own exits and stuff like that, so I would always recommend, like, hey, you want to know where that exit is? There's a fire, there's some sort of incident, you want to make your way out. But once you're out, how do you rally up with everybody? How do you get relocated? Because it's going to turn into chaos. So sometimes it's good, because we have all these communication devices, but you also need to be able to, hey, I'm sending a quick message, go to the rally point. RP, rally point. And everybody knows to link up. It's a good idea. Rally points. Look for blog posts coming for it. At a bare minimum, water. Maybe some shelf-stable food. I've still got MREs left. I ain't gonna lie, they got great shelf life, but there's a ton of other products on the market. Fort Patriots. There's another one I can't think of right now. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. Remember, it's National Preparedness Month. At a minimum, water, food, fire, tourniquet, medical. Should have a little medical on you at all times. Again, I get asked a lot, what do I carry? I carry a SWAT T tourniquet, and I carry a Cat 5, well, I guess it's Cat 7 now, but cat tourniquet. And the reason I carry those is for events like I saw on Refuge today. They posted the 88 Save. So congratulations to them. Tourniquets are important. They're saving lives. It used to be in my lifetime. When I first went into the Army in 1996, I was told tourniquets a last resort because you slap that on a dude, he's losing whatever limb that was. The science has changed. Or we've just gotten better. I'm going to go with we've gotten better at saving people. So our medical trauma capabilities have improved. So carry the tourniquet. They can be removed. Checked with my little brother. He's a trauma PA. He's like, this is not what it was when I was in 96. So we've gone from like when I came in 96 to 23. Tourniquets are just highly recommended because they're great at stopping the bleed. Please don't waste another month, waste another day, waste another week, another year, whatever, without coming up with a plan. There are things going on in this world that really concern me because they're very similar to things that I used to see when I was over in the sandboxes. That should alarm you. It alarms me. Take a moment to prepare. If we can help you in any way, please reach out. Send us an email to the Gmail account. Somebody will read it. At a bare minimum, somebody will star it and flag it and tell me about it, and I'll get back to you at some point. Y'all have a great night. God bless. Squatch out.